Building capacity for a substance abuse youth program at OCN. My target population is the youth at OCN, a Pasquac Cree Nation. In the previous paper, I located surveys to find the exact needs of the youth in my community. Once a need is identified, it is then important to see if the community is willing to put the time and effort needed in order for the change to occur. To make this program a reality, it is important to discuss these 5 areas before you can start the next step of your substance abuse prevention program. These 5 areas are improving awareness, improving the readiness of stakeholders, strengthening and developing partnerships, improving organizational resources, and planning and developing and preparing the prevention workforce. The first one I'll be focusing on is improving awareness. I believe that events need to be held in the community to improve the awareness of the problem. I need to work with assisting professionals in the community to hold an Indigenous substance abuse symposium. These symposiums are held at the school and various community centers in the community during April in the past. They had many professionals within the community presenting to the youth and the community on the dangers of drugs and alcohol during the symposium. Awareness can also be improved by taking part in the annual trade show and setting up a booth on substance abuse prevention. All the local businesses and professionals and community members, both young and old, attend this annual trade show. It is the biggest trade show in the area. Information on various organizations in the area is presented to the public with draws and a plan to write down your contact information if you wish to be involved in the committee. Awareness could also be raised through our annual prevention walk called a Walk in a Mile in Your Shoes that we have in the community on an annual basis. To make the public aware of these events, you could put a notice in the Pasqua Times or the Atuduan. I could also go on the radio in the morning and announce the events to the public. I could also discuss the events that are happening in the community on the radio. Some radio ads could also be put in the local radio station with the statistics about the seriousness of substance abuse in my area. These activities will help educate the public on the seriousness of substance abuse problems in our community. Number 2, improving the readiness of stakeholders. Communication is the most important way to engage stakeholders from the community. You have to invest a substantial amount of time and energy into making sure your stakeholders from the different professional backgrounds are aware of all the substance abuse prevention activities that are currently happening in OCN. Stakeholders can include local businesses, police, churches, schools, community centers, the Bear Clan, Neighborhood Watch, Junior Chief and Council, the Chief, counselors, Health Care Center, and the Healing Circle Elders Group. You want to recruit highly motivated individuals who want to do something to reduce and prevent substance abuse in our community. I need to find people who are willing to work hard and commit to make the project happen. Change happens in our community. In order for change to occur, a great deal of energy, expertise, experience will be needed from all members of the community. Many of these stakeholders have adolescent children who are starting to experiment. If the issue is more personal to them, then they will be more willing to put the time and effort into the program. They will also want this change to happen to their child. It is therefore important that all community members come together and work hard to prevent addiction. Every effort needs to be made to make sure that all prevention activities reach everyone that lives in my community. Each stakeholder is important to the success of the prevention program. Therefore, it's important that I build relationships with stakeholders who support prevention efforts, as well as those who do not. It is important that I leave no one out. The next one is strengthening and developing new partnerships. To strengthen and develop new partnerships in the substance abuse prevention team, you have to be an excellent leader with a clear vision of what you want to achieve. This can be accomplished by presenting the team with a clear objective. I need to make sure that a clear outline is in place. It is important that each member of the team know what the role is within the group. In order to help the team work well together, discuss from the very beginning how you will share the various leadership roles. This way, all responsibility does not fall totally on your shoulders if life happens. The team can also be strengthened by making sure that each team member knows their job, knows how decisions will be made, and understands the process on how to solve conflicts within your organization. When new members join the team, it is important to be clear about the purpose of the team. In addition, it is important to set very clear goals and make sure that all roles and responsibilities are very easy to understand. A clear agenda should be made and reports should be tabulated on a regular basis so that everybody knows where we are headed. The more you plan, the more you can adjust your planning more effectively to cope with unexpected obstacles that may occur on your way to achieve your goal. It is also very important to tap into your group's strengths. Each member of the team should feel that their voice is being heard and every opinion is valued. The next one is improving organizational resources. Each member of the team needs to be valued and appreciated. They also need to be treated with fairly and respect. If the members of the team are treated well, then your team members will produce a higher quality of work. All tasks within the prevention team should be divided up fairly. If one person is assigned all the work, that takes away from the family members and friends, then they will probably quit the substance abuse prevention program. The best way to prevent this is by making a plan and assigning tasks to different people within the group. Planning ensures that workforce is not overwhelmed with tight schedules and assigned duties. I also have to be aware that time is precious, so meetings need to be brief and to the point and address the issues that need to be addressed. It is also necessary to make sure that everyone invests an equal amount of time and effort so there is no risk of burnout. A burnout group will be ineffective in creating any positive change. The more positive and proactive a group is, the more rewards and benefits to the group. In addition, there needs to be members who handle the finances for the group. How are things in the group being paid for? Is there a grant? To answer these questions, a plan needs to be put in place to manage its financial resources. I would also have to enlist someone who is strong with finances to handle the budgets. Programs would need to be used to keep track of the finances so that the grant money that was given for the prevention program can be used wisely. A treasury report should be available at meetings so that budgets are established and costs can be tracked and documented. The last one is developing and preparing the prevention workforce. The most effective way to develop and prepare the workforce for the task ahead is by making sure that your team is completely competent in all areas of substance abuse prevention. One way this can be done is by offering additional training to the group and using different experts in the field to help increase the knowledge base. Training needs to be done in the areas of administration, planning, implementation, and reporting, so that all group members are knowledgeable in these areas. The prevention team also needs to understand the strategic framework and have some knowledge of the prevention theories that relate to the Cree youth. Members of the team also need to be culturally competent with Cree youth in the community. Since the focus of our substance abuse plan is on youth, elders and leaders from the community should be utilized for training purposes. Members of the Substance Abuse Prevention Task Force need to be active in culture and professional development and complete workshops and training in substance abuse prevention and working with youth. Conclusion. The main components that I need to build effective capacity with my substance abuse program is awareness, improving readiness, strengthening partnerships, improving the organization of the workforce. Once this is done, you have everything organized, then it'll be time to start the actual plan and begin implementing the substance abuse programs within the community.